Hello everyone, welcome to season 4 of Success Peak CCPS. Today we have Vidhi Mittal with us. Vidhi, please introduce.
So I am currently final year undergrad at IIT Bhilai. My major is computer science and I'm placed at Publicis Sapient.
Okay, how did you feel prior to the commencement of the placement session?
So I was a bit nervous before the placement seasons, also due to recession. The times are tough. So yeah.
When did you start your placement preparation?
So I started my preparation in third year. So before third year I was preparing for internships and all. So from second year I was preparing for internships and after that placement around second semester of third year.
थोड़ा सा आवाज बढ़ गया. आवाज.
Okay.
Okay. Like, can you explain the placement process of your company?
So for Publicis Sapient, we had one online assessment and after that we had two interviews. One was technical and one was HR. So technical interview was around 1 hour and HR was around 30 to 40 minutes. So technical interview was based on DSA and CS fundamentals, OOPS, DBM, SCA, and HR interview had general HR questions, which you would expect in an interview.
What kind of hurdles did you face during the placement process?
Okay, so this year I would say the placements were a bit tough due to the session. So initially I was very nervous, like what will happen, and also during the summer break when you actually prepare sincerely for placements, I was doing my internship, so I didn't had a lot of time. It was after that that I got time to again revise all the concepts and that. So yeah, I was nervous due to that.
Did you apply for any off-campus placements?
I mean, it's still going on. Yeah, I'm just looking at campus.
Like, as you mentioned earlier, did summer internships help you in the placement process?
Yes, summer internship, I would say it boosts up your resume, and if you do an internship, it adds up a good project to your resume, which you can talk about during your interview. And apart from that, it helps you gain industry experience. It helps you learn a lot in a short span of time, so I would say.
Okay, what was the contribution of projects in your placement process?
Yeah, so projects, I think it depends on the interviews and on the role you're applying for. So some interviews are more towards project based. So in those, it helps a lot. Like you can have a good discussion on your projects. And in some interviews, I was asked about what techniques did I use and all that. So it helped.
Can you share some non-technical questions that were asked you?
So regarding non-technical questions, mostly in the HR round, questions were like how do you work in a team, what conflicts, if there are conflicts, how will you handle them, where do you see in 5 years or so, why do you want to join the company, so research about the company whichever you are applying for, what do you know about the company. So these were some of the HR questions.
How did the academic curriculum help in the placement process?
So academic curriculum, of course, I mean we had courses like computer networks, OS, DBMS, which are all asked in interviews. So that helps. Apart from that, I think our college has a good TS curriculum where you have courses, machine learning and all. So they help you with good projects. So that also adds up.
Any online sources that you'd recommend?
For DSA, I would say Geeks for Geeks and Lead Code. For interviews, I think you can revise using interview with good questions. And yeah, I think GFJ and interview with are good.
What are the areas that the students must focus on mostly?
For SD roles, I would say DSA along with CS fundamentals. And if you are aiming for any other roles like machine learning and all, then very good projects. And know about the projects, what you're doing, why you're doing.
Can you share your strategies in the placement preparation?
So for placement preparation, like it was a mix. So for SD, I practiced DSA from Lead Code and GFG, and before the interviews I used to revise from interview bit and try to have good projects on your resume. That will also help you gain a bit experience apart from data structures and algorithms. And I think about strategy, there are for some interviews you have the opportunity to drive the interview yourself. Like if the interview is project based, then you have a lot of power in your hand, I think, where you should talk on your strengths and then the interviewer will, because whatever you say, the interviewer asks the next question based on that, so that you can drive it.
What kind of role do the PORs play in the internship and placement interviews?
I would say that does not have very strong role. I mean, if you have good PORs, it's definitely good, but it's not like that if you don't have PORs, that will create an impact or anything as such.
Any suggestions for the upcoming batch?
For the upcoming batch, I would say brush up on your fundamentals, revise the topics whatever there are, and be confident, believe in yourself also.
How did you feel after you were placed?
Obviously, I was relaxed. That okay, finally I have an offer. Yeah.
What are your future aspirations?
So currently, I used to work at Publicis Sapient, and after that, let's see. I don't have any specific plans.
All the best, Dee, and thank you for your valuable insights.